Good morning, everyone. Again, so we looked at all the vowels and the consonants, how to sound them, how to write each vowel and each consonant in Devanagari script using Devanagari script. So basically, these are the different parts in the mouth, in the vocal cavity, where the tongue or the lips act in different ways, trying to stop the air at different points in the vocal cavity. So we have 5 positions like this for air stoppage. First is guttural, back of the throat, and at that position back of the tongue is used as an actuator or the instrument to stop the air or trying to stop the air. For some of the sounds completely the air is stopped completely, or for some of the sounds the air is partially stopped. So we have the guttural, palatal, that is top here, number 2, and 3 cerebral. Cerebral is the adjective. Cerebral sounds, palatal sounds, guttural sounds, cerebral sounds, dental sounds, and labial sounds, so using the lips. So at these different positions, what part of tongues or lips is used is shown here, also here, like back of tongue, flat of tongue, tip of tongue, dental, lips. So we saw that. So just to recap, these are the different swara. These are called swara or vowel sounds, which are shown here in Devanagari. A, I, U, 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 A, I, O, Au. So these are 13 swaras. Then we looked at the consonants. In consonants, there are 33 consonants we have seen. There are 33 sounds of consonants. You have seen that. Which are represented in Devanagari script like this: Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha, Nga, the first line. Second line, Cha, Cha, Ja, Jha, Ya. Third line, Ta, Tha, Da, Dha, Na. So these lines are made based on the position of those consonants in the oral cavity. So in the first one, the guttural position represents the first line. Second line, the palatal position. Third line, cerebral position. Fourth line, dental position. Fifth line, labial position. So looking at the lines here, so you see the sounds Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha, Nga. So they have the guttural position, the back of the tongue pressing against the back of the throat there, on the back side. Then the second line, top of the tongue pressing the palatal position. Then the Cha, Cha, Ja, Jha, Ya. Then the third line, tip of the tongue slightly curved backwards, pressing the cerebral position in the mouth. Ta, Tha, Da, Dha, Na. So remember, the tip of the tongue is not pointing straight up. It's slightly curved backwards. Ta, ta, da. Slightly curved backwards. Then ta, tha, da, tha, na. This is a straight tip of the tongue, straight, and is pressing against back of the front teeth. Ta, tha, da, tha, na. Then we have pa, pha, ba, bha, ma. The last line is labial. The last line is labial, means the lips, they close and then open. Pa, pha, ba, bha, ma. And then they open to pronounce these sounds. So after that, we have the other sounds, the rest of the sounds which do not fit into the any of these lines, like because they have the special characteristics. Ya, ra, la, va, sha, sha, sa, ha. In that ya is a ya, the first sound ya. The special characteristic, what is the specialty about this? They do not require complete contact of tongue. They come in almost contact, very close to those specific positions, but there is no complete contact. So for example, ya, this is a palatal sound similar to cha, but cha, cha, ja, cha, nya, they are supposed to be complete contact, and this ya is, there's no contact there. Ya comes very close to the palate. Then ra, this is a cerebral, similar to ta, tha, da, dha, na, but it is ra. There is no complete contact, just like ta, ta, tha, da, dha, na. And la, this is a dental sound, la. And wa, this is mostly, wa is a labial sound, lips. The coordination of lips is needed, wa. And sha is again a palatal sound like ya, but when we are pronouncing sha, that warm breath comes out for this last line. Sha, sha, sa, ha, warm breath letters, or they are called sibilants. Sha is palatal, sha is cerebral, similar to ra, but sha, cerebral like ta, tha, da, da, na. And then sa is a dantya, or a dental sound, sa, requiring the tip of the tongue very close to the back of the front teeth, sa. And ha is guttural, it's originating from the back of the throat, ha, but it is sibilant, requiring warm breath. So we look at these simple words: aja, gaja, hara, kara, etc. And hopefully have practiced pronouncing these simple words. Now, moving on to the next topic, pure consonants. Pure consonants, like, so what we saw before, these are consonants like ka, kha, ga, gha, nga, and from here all this 25 set of 25 consonants, and this is a These are set of 8 consonants. So total 33 we saw. But if you notice while pronouncing these sounds, for example, when I say k, at the end there is a sound actually. It is not just the example we saw for k is like a skull. Okay? Skull or cool. Similar to this k sound which comes at the beginning here, cool. It's actually k coming here, but assuming that is a mute sound. K is a mute sound, right? The first column is a mute, unvoiced. K is a mute, but it requires breath, explosive breath. The third column is voiced. It is a resonating sound. The last three are resonating sound. Ga, gha, nga. And where the ga requires less breath, gha, the fourth column requires more breath, and nga, this requires the air to pass through nasal passage also. That is the fifth column. So all the sounds in the fifth column, they require air to pass through nasal passage also, in addition to the mouth. So nga, ya, na, na, ma. However, all these sounds when we pronounce, for example, cool, skull, the sound when I just say k, at the end there is a sound. So k, there is a sound again. So everywhere there is a sound. Cha, there is a sound. So if we remove that a sound, can we pronounce these just a consonant part, just the without using the a sound at the end? Is it possible to sound? Is it possible to pronounce these different consonants? Technically, they cannot. Just the consonant part of these sounds without adding some vowel to them, they cannot be pronounced. So those consonants, those are represented like this. I mean, written like this. They have special symbols in Devanagari script. So that is why when I show them here on this chart here, so in the transliteration I am writing KA to represent this Devanagari sound, the letter, the script here, K sound, K. So this A shows that the sound is inherent when I am pronouncing that sound, K. So similarly here, Ch or P. So anywhere the sound is already there in that. So how do we? So while writing the script, the Devanagari script, K is written like this. So which is the is already there in that. Now without adding that just the consonant parts, pure consonant part has a special symbols. It is represented with special symbols like this, shown in the table here in Devanagari script. So we write the same thing, the same what we saw before, like this. So all these are still valid while writing the pure consonants. So I write K. K. This has a in it at the end, a sound in it, but just to represent without the sound, the K sound, I want to represent symbolically the K sound. Then I just use a slant line at the bottom, a short oblique line at bottom of each of these symbols. So same thing with the sound of kha. The consonant sound of kha is written like this. Just write the complete, the usual consonant with the sound, and then we put a slant line, oblique line at the bottom, from left to right. So the chart here shows all those 33 consonants with only the consonant part. There is no added to it. Now these technically cannot be pronounced, but these are widely used in the language, even in the words. So how do we pronounce them when we actually use when they are used in the words? That we'll see a little bit later. But these pure consonants are also used. So all of them you see here, the Devanagari representation of ka, kha, ga, gha, nga, so all that is without the part, just the consonant part. Okay. All of them represented with the oblique line at the bottom, and the transliteration part is shown here without the a or without the sound at the end, like just the k and the kh, g, and so on. Okay, so that means when we say ka, so it is made up of two parts actually, or two sounds. One is the pure consonant sound.
Hello.
Yep.
This is yesterday, but I'm at all the classes. I'm hearing is a bit more louder, please.
Hello. So
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Barely. Can you repeat? I mean, it's breaking.
Can you hear me? Yes, hello. My name is Sundaresh.
Yeah.
I'm just learning today, but I look at all the classes. I'm hard of hearing, so would you please say a bit more loudly, please, if you can?
Sorry, I can't hear you at all when this breaking. And so, if possible, can you type in the chat?
No, can you speak a bit more loudly?
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Let me see whether I can increase the volume here. Okay. So what I am trying to say here is, when the sound ka, when there is a sound ka, or when I say ka sound, it has two parts. One is the pure consonant, the sound of ka, and there is a sound of a. Okay? Is represented. Is written in Devanagari like this, correct? So there is ka and there is a. So this ka by itself actually technically cannot be pronounced. But it can be written. So when I say ka, it has two parts. One is this part, the sound of ka, and then there is a sound of vowel A vowel is added to it. Vowel sound of vowel is added. So same thing with when I say g, there is a sound of pure consonant and there is a sound of a added to it. Added to it. So what does that mean? It means to these sounds of consonants, for example, k, which is written like this, the pure consonant, we can add any vowel sound. For example, if I add a, then it sounds like k, okay? Or like this k in the transliteration. Okay? Then if I add another vowel, a different vowel, suppose if I add u to it. Okay? So I will just for now I will write it as k plus u in the transliteration. So I hope you are familiar with the Devanagari script by now. So the first letter, the first sound is just the consonant part k, and then there is a vowel part u. Okay? U. So when we combine these two sounds, then it sounds like ku, right? Ku. And similarly, I can write k, or I can sound k and long u, dirgha u. Dirgha means long u sound, elongated u sound. Together, they sound like ku, like in cool sound. This ku has two parts to it, right? It's a one syllable, but there are two sounds actually. One, there is a k sound, and another there is a long u sound. So these are compound consonants. They are not pure consonants. When a consonant sound is added with a vowel sound, then it becomes a compound consonant. For example, all the letters which are shown here in this chart, they are actually compound consonants, because they are not pure consonants. They already have a added at the end of their sound while we pronounce them. So k, kh, g, kh, all these are compound already. So that means when we add a sound to the k sound, pure consonant, then we write it like this, the script, k, kh, like this, without the oblique or the slant line at the bottom of each consonant symbol. So similarly, when we add a sound to any of this consonant, then it becomes, like for example, the first one, k plus a, becomes ka. Okay? Similarly, kh, okay, kh plus a becomes kha. G plus a becomes ga, and so on. Okay? And these compound consonants, how do we write them using Devanagari script? If we just use the English letters, then it is easy. Then we make a double A, then it sounds like ka. So, but in Devanagari script, which we are studying, so the example I have shown here, when we add different vowels to a consonant, then Devanagari script is written like this, what is shown here on the screen. So for example, let's take as an example, we'll take the k sound. K as a pure consonant is shown here with the oblique line at the bottom. K. But with the addition of a sound at the end, there is a k which is written without the line. This is a simple full letter there, k sound. When we add a to k sound, k consonant, then it becomes ka, and to the full letter as shown here, we add a vertical line after the full letter k, and then there is a vertical line. Then the sound becomes ka. So the k consonant we are adding a sound. The table is shown here. If we add a sound, it is written like this. If we add a sound, it is sounded ka, and it is.
Hello, Sanjeev, we cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now? Hello? 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 Veena? Can anybody hear me or not?
Vivekanand here. I can hear you loud and clear.
Sanjeev, Shiva here. I'm hearing you.
Yeah, because Veena is saying she cannot hear. Okay, let me continue. Thank you. So let me stop here for a second and ask, is there any questions so far before continue?
All good so far.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello, Master T. Can I clarify something with the vowels? As far as I understand, the vowels can be pronounced individually without no help whatsoever. They are pure sounds. Whereas the consonant needs the help of a vowel to be pronounced, because technically and grammatically they cannot be pronounced. Am I correct in that?
Yes, you're right. The question, let me repeat. The question is, the vowels do not need help to pronounce, help in the sense help of other letters. They can be pronounced independently, whereas consonants, they need help of vowels to pronounce those sounds, to bring out those sounds. Yes, that is correct. Vowels by themselves cannot be pronounced like the chart shown here. They are pure consonants. They cannot be pronounced.
Do you hear me, Sanjeev?
Yes. Hello?
Hello? So can I ask a different question, Raji? When you have higher ra, la, wa, they also needs the help of a vowel to be pronounced.
Yeah, I did not get the first part. Can you repeat, please?
Yeah, but if you have, for example, you have the ya, ha, ya, ra, la, wa. You have sha, sha, sa. All those still needs the help of a consonant of a vowel to be pronounced.
So you mean the ones which are shown on this chart here?
That's right. That's correct. That's correct.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
All of them, they need the help of the vowels. Yes.
Okay. Thanks.
So all the consonants, whether they are in these 5 lines or these ones, all of them, they need the help of vowels. Yep.
Yeah. Thanks.
Right. So the pure consonants, without the addition of any vowel, they are written like this. They technically cannot be pronounced, but they have the symbols for writing like this. But now when
I'm afraid the connection dropped.
Okay. Are you back up now? Back. Okay, well, now to any consonant, we need to add a vowel in order to pronounce. So when we add a sound to k consonant, then it sounds like k, k. When I say k sound, I am actually adding k because I cannot pronounce it without adding k, without adding a to it. So when we add a sound, so it becomes k sound, k, the simple pronunciation k, and it is written in Devanagari as shown here or here. So a different addition of different vowels, how they are written in Devanagari, it is shown here. So let's see them one by one in this k series, okay, for the k sound. So k plus a. So k plus a is written like this without the slant line at the bottom. K plus a. K plus a sounds ka, ka. It is pronounced ka, and it is written like this. Okay. Like this means what? First we write the consonant symbol in Devanagari and extend that horizontal line at the top a little bit, and then we put a vertical line. Or we can write, first we write this consonant part like this and write a vertical line in front of it or after that, and then we put a horizontal line at the top. Okay. This makes it ka. Okay. So all the consonants, they follow similar pattern while writing. So again, some of you are saying no sound. Is that true? Everybody is facing the same problem, no sound?
I'm hearing you loud and clear, Sanjeev.
Yes.
Vivek is here. I can hear you.
Yes, yes.
I left and then rejoin again, and then I can hear properly.
Okay, so that might be the problem. So I would suggest if somebody has facing issue, please reconnect. That might solve the problem. So as you see here, the other consonants also follow the same writing technique. So the k sound, k, with the addition of, without the addition of any vowel, has a slant line at the bottom. But with the addition of the vowel there is no line at the bottom, just without the line. That sounds k. And if you add the vowel a, it sounds ka, ka. And we add a vertical line after that symbol in Devanagari. So same thing we saw here, g sound. Did the same sound, did the same thing here, g, slant line at the bottom, slant line, with the addition of a sound there is a g, with the addition of a sound, ga, and then the writing is, first write the complete g with the a sound and then put a vertical line after the g symbol, Devanagari. So all of them, they follow the same format. There is no specialty of in any of these writings. So for adding a, we add a vertical line after the base symbol, base Devanagari symbol. If we call this as a base, then we just add the vertical line to make it a, ka. So this is ka, kha, ga. So this is gha. The same sound with the a added to it. Now the same sound, the base sound or the base consonant with addition of e sound to it, e, the short e sound. So how does it sound first? It sounds k plus e. Okay. So k plus e, short e sound. It sounds like ki, right? Ki. Like for example, in the word kit, there's a word called kit, right? So in that ki, that syllable. So there we are at, it's a combination of k sound, the consonant k, and the short e. The writing in Devanagari is like this. So first we write the base symbol, and then what we do is we add a line, vertical line behind it or before that, and then make a loop at the top there. Or you can call it can look like so first write the base symbol, vertical line before that, and then there is like a half circle at the top. In the fonts you can see it like a something slanted like this. That is fine, but basically it has to join, the loop should join the two parts, this from here to here, and there is the horizontal line will remain there. That is the reference line from where these letters are hanging. So once again, so if we want to write ki, the next consonant with the e sound, so we write the base symbol for K with the sound. This already has the sound in it, and then we write a vertical line before that and join these two parts with the half circle at the top. Okay. Ki. Similarly, Gi. How do you write Gi? So write the G first, vertical line, and the half circle at the top, the loop at the top, Gi, joining those two parts. Now there are some consonants here, like for example, let's take this one, Tha, Tha, which has a loop at the beginning, right, like this. So first let me write Tha with the addition of A sound. So it becomes, I add a vertical line after the Tha symbol and the usual horizontal line at the top. This makes it Tha. Now Thi is first the base symbol, base script for Tha, and the vertical line before that, and then we are adding, completing the circle at the top there. And now for the horizontal line, we'll take a break in between to accommodate that loop there, Thi. Okay. So this becomes Thi. Similar thing happens for Dhi also. Okay. Yes, question, Veena?
Sorry, does it matter where the loop is finishing? Where it's touching?
Yes.
On the consonant?
Yes, yes. For example, I was showing Thi. So write like this, and it has to start here where the vertical line is there, and it has to end here. It should not end. It should not end here at the in between.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So the loop has to start at the top of this vertical line, and it has to end at the top of this letter, the vertical line of the letter, or the line, this letter where it is touching the horizontal line. So another example, let me show you. For example, this Pha. Pha. So the base symbol is like this. For Fa, we add a vertical line after that. But for P, adding the E sound, vertical line before that, and this one loop will start here as usual, but ends at the vertical line, okay, of the base letter. Okay. It should not end here or anywhere else. Okay. It should be ending at the main vertical line, the central vertical line of that letter. So I think all others are similar to this. Like Sa, say Sa. So Sa is written like this. This vertical line after that makes it Sa. And then to write C, we write vertical line and start from here and end it at the main vertical line of the base letter, C. Yeah. Now for this one, this is the base letter, this is Da. Okay. Obviously, I'm not writing the horizontal line, but horizontal line is needed, Da. And for D, write a vertical line and start the top part and end it here. D. One more we'll see, like ma. So ma is written like this. So there are two vertical lines touching at the top. For ma, we just add a vertical line after the letter. For me, we write a vertical line and start the loop at the top and end it at the second vertical line, not the first vertical line. Second vertical line. So if there are two vertical lines touching, end it at the second vertical line. So same thing with the sha. Let's take sha. So sha is also written like this. This is the complete sha. It already has a vertical line standing separately, unlike other letters where the vertical line is touching the main part, right? But in the sha, vertical line is separate. This. And now to make it sha, I add a vertical line after that, one more vertical line. To make she, this is the base sha letter, there is a vertical line before that, and then the loop starting from the top, ending at the second vertical line. So some of the characteristics of this Devanagari script you can notice here. So many of the script, I mean the symbols here in the Devanagari script for these consonants, so they have the vertical line like somewhere, either in the middle like ka, it has vertical line in the middle, and cha, this one has a vertical line at the end, right? One vertical line. So for example, the ka has a vertical line in the middle, this ka has a vertical line at the end, ga vertical line at the end, kha vertical line at the end, ja vertical line, ja vertical line. So these, some of the letters here, the script writings here, they have vertical lines. But what about some like nga, this one nga, or cha, or ta, tha? They don't have vertical lines, right? They have a short stem, a short part there at the top to hold them to the line above, right? So these are two different things you can notice here. Some of the letters when writing here, they have the vertical line, and some of them have just a short stem at the top, t or t, d. So this you can notice here for now, and this plays important part while writing the compound and conjunct letters. So if you know this, how these the different styles of how they are written, whether with the vertical lines or short stem at the top, then it will be easier to understand while writing the compound and conjunct consonant letters. So what we are seeing here is ka, ka, ki, ku, ku, and so on, by adding different vowel sounds to each of the consonants. So we saw ka, ka, and ki. When we add elongated e sound, this was short e, elongated e sound. This is similar. The writing is similar to what was ki, but it is in the opposite direction. This is a long e sound. So this is the shown in the table here at the top. Ka plus long e sounds like ki, ki. it is written like first write the base symbol for that vowel and add a vertical line after that, and then use the loop or the circle at the top, starting from the second vertical line of that consonant if there are two vertical lines touching that horizontal line. Okay. So here there is only one vertical line, so starting from there we start and end the circle, half circle at the vertical line here. So for example, gha, so ga is written like this. There are 2 points touching the vertical line, horizontal line. Then we add the vertical line, so this makes it ga. And to make it dirgha or the elongated e, the e sound, gi, then we start at the second touch here of the base script or the base symbol, and then complete it at the second vertical line. That is the additional vertical line we have added, gi sound. Then the other example to take is let's say p, base pa is written like this, pa, and then we add a vertical line. We know that this is pa, and then if we start from the top part, again there are two parts touching here. Start from the second part where it touches the top line, and then complete it like this, joining it to the added vertical line. This is P, or sounded like P or P, like in peas. What about B? We can take B also. B, the base is like this, B. Where is B here? Here. B. If you add a vertical line, it makes it ba. Start from the top, complete the loop touching the added vertical line. This makes it B, sounding like B. B. One without the vertical line is like with the short stem t. The base base symbol is like this, t. This is ta, and then we complete it the circle at the top, t, sounded like t. And the one symbol worth mentioning again here is sh, because it has already a vertical line in it, in the base symbol itself. This is sh. Sh, remember the sh is a palatal sound like ch, sh, and then we add a vertical line, it becomes sha. Then to make it she, something like elongated, not she, but she, like sheep, okay? Like that sound, she sound. Then we start from here and complete the circle at the additional vertical line there. She. Okay. Same thing with her also. So her, this is the base symbol. This makes it ha, and then if you join these two, then it becomes he, like this, in like something like in heap, the elongated he sound, heap. So all the vowels which are shown here or here or here, they follow the same pattern while writing by adding vertical line. After that, they become a sound like ka, kha, ga, gha, etc. For by adding a vertical line before them and then writing the symbol and joining the vertical line and the second touching part here using this half circle makes it short E, right? And if we add the vertical line after the base letter and join these two, it becomes long E sound, E. Okay. Yeah. So now the short O sound, adding with the consonant, we have this a stroke at the bottom here, a special symbol. So that makes it that O sound, O vowel added to the consonant sound. So making it, for example, when we add this K consonant sound to O, short O sound, it makes it ku, ku, like in cook. So we have cook. In that, the short O, cook. To write that in Devanagari, that ku syllable, first we start with the base symbol for the K, the consonant sound with the addition of is already there, that is the base. And then we add, we touch it again. There should be a touch between the two here. So a loop with this curly symbol at the bottom. This makes it ku. So the same symbol is added to any of the consonant base symbols here. For example, kha. So here, this is the base symbol, and then we add that additional curly symbol at the bottom to the second part of the base symbol. For example, kha has two parts. Like for example, similarly to the sha also, sha has two parts to the base symbol itself. So we add that additional symbol at the bottom to the second part of the symbol, if there are two parts to it. If there is only one part, there is no problem. So for example, we write ya like this. To make the u, we just add a curly part at the bottom. This is a u, which sounds like u, this syllable, u. And is anything special here? No. So all are similar. So ta, this is the ta symbol which is shown here, ta symbol, and to make it tu, we add this additional symbol at the bottom, tu. The next one is the long oo sound, like cool, cool, or pool. To make that sound in writing here, for that syllable, we first write the base symbol, and then we add the oo, this symbol at the bottom here. So which is the I think is a mirror image of this one, right? The short U is written like this, and the long U is written like this at the bottom. So there is no other difference. The same thing. When we want to write shoe, like if you want to something like this, or this is elongated, right? So elongated, let's make it shoe. So then this is the base symbol. First we write the base symbol, and then we add this curly symbol at the bottom, touching the bottom of the base symbol. Shoe. Same thing with the ru. Ru. First base, then add the symbol at the bottom. Then we have lu. First write la symbol and symbol. This is the symbol for adding long u sound at the bottom to the consonant. Lu. So bu. Ba base symbol and adding the symbol at the bottom. Bu. Then another ru. Ru in vowel it is written like this. We have seen that ru. But when added to a consonant, it is written like this. Cru. Cru. Yeah. Cru. So this is again simple. First base letter and then adding a short, small, like a small c at the bottom, right? First write ka or the base symbol and then ru. If I want to add the ru to that consonant, then we add like this, cru. Cru. This is a compound consonant by adding a vowel to it. So gru, so small c at the bottom. Shrew, small c at the bottom. Now note that how do we write ru? Ru. So first write this one, the base symbol ru, la. This is the base symbol la, and then short c at the bottom. This makes it ru. Now note that if you look at the symbols, Devanagari symbols, Devanagari script for the vowels, there is a vowel called lu here, lu. This also looks similar or same actually. Ru and lu, they are similar. The writing is same. But the pronunciation when it is vowel is different. Lu, which we already seen, lu. There is no touch. This is a dental sound. The tongue has to be behind the top teeth. But there should not be touch. But while pronouncing the compound consonant, which is a combination of la sound and ru consonant, ru vowel. This is a compound, a combination of la sound, la consonant, this consonant, and a ru vowel. It becomes ru. And here there is a touch because la is a touch, and ru, this consonant, the vowel part is there is no touch. But while pronouncing this combination ru, that initially there will be touch. to pronounce this l sound, ru, yeah, then it becomes a compound consonant which can be pronounced. However, in Devanagari script writing, the symbol for r and z is same. Yeah. There is no separate symbol, but based on the word that, or based on the word that we are using, we'll have to understand whether it is a consonant or whether it is a vowel when we write it like this. Whether it is a consonant or vowel, based on the word, we have to know. So there is a lot of confusion actually happens, and there is a lot of confusion has happened even in the Sanskrit speaking community, that when these vowels are presented, like e, u, ru, these all vowels are presented, because the symbol is like this, many people pronounce it as r, with the r sound there, r. Even it is a vowel, which is actually that kind of pronunciation is incorrect. It should not be pronounced with r sound when it is vowel. It is just like r. Only when it is a compound sound, compound consonant, then there is a sound of r comes there. Otherwise, if it is just a pure vowel shown here, there is no r sound, z sound, just a l without touch, z sound there. So we looked at this ru, short ru sound using this, and what about the long ru sound? Ru sound, that is crew here, yeah. Crew, yeah. Same thing, base symbol, okay, base symbol for short ru, we are just using the one short c there. For long ru, we are using two c's there, two c at the bottom. They are small. They should not be too big, because when suppose it is hanging like this, suppose the base symbol is written like this, so they should be small ones here. Crew, same thing with the shrew. Two c's hanging at the bottom. The next one is a little bit tricky here. The next vowel is ru sound. Ru. This is not ru, which we saw earlier with the compound consonant. This is a ru sound, vowel sound here. So this also can be added to any of the vowels, any of the consonants. However, there are not many words in Sanskrit language which has this vowel ru. So this is not shown here, which I have taken from this Wikimedia, this bottom part, not shown there, but it can be written. So when we write it, it is similar to writing this crew sound, which are the short c at the bottom. So first write the base. And then just write the entire ru sound, that complete vowel symbol at the bottom in a small size. Ru at the bottom. So similarly, anything can be written like glue. It can be written like this: glue, glue. but we don't find words like this. Actually, only one or two words are there with a U sound. So is not much seen or much used. Now the next vowel is A sound. Right? This A sound, just the vowel is written like that, A. Adding to K, it becomes K sound. And writing is simple, K. So what we do, first write the base letter. You can complete the horizontal line, and then draw a line like this, slant from left to right. So I usually start from top to bottom, but some people start like this, bottom to top. That is also fine, but it should be from this left to right like this. If there is like a slight curve, that is also fine. If it is straight, that is also fine. And note that it should touch this vertical line on the top. Again, the same technique or the same rule, same guideline what we saw earlier, that when we are writing like a key, we write a vertical line before that and start the loop at the top and end the loop at the second touching line here. For example, the sh again has two vertical lines, vertical parts touching the horizontal line. So to write she, so we put a vertical line at the vertical line here, and then complete the loop like this. And same thing we saw for the long E, the vertical line after that, and starting the loop at the top from the second part of that letter touching the horizontal line, and then ending the circle at the added vertical line. The same thing applies to the she also, that A added A part. So what happens here is, first write the base letter and whatever is the second part of the consonant touching the horizontal line, the top line should also touch that part, okay, this part. So this is she, and then same thing with pay. So write the base line first, base symbol first, and then the slant letter at the top touching this part, not this part, not anywhere in between also. It should touch the second part where the that consonant touches the horizontal line. Now, so there may be slight variations to this slant line. As I said, it could be like there could be a slight curve like this, that is fine, or it could be straight, that is fine, or sometimes you see actual loop also there, okay? Like this also, which is also, it's a font thing, that is also fine. There are some people make loop, that's okay. But generally in the print and everything, like, it could be easier like this, just a simple one line, slant line from left to right. Pay. The next vowel in the is I. After A, we have I. So we have K plus I. K plus I sounding like Kai. Right? Kai. So writing is similar to the previous one, but there are two lines here. So here there is a they have shown it slightly after that, which is, I think it's while typing there is some mistake there. It should be actually from this part which we solved previously. So Kai, there are two letters, two lines at the top. So the base symbol, and then there are two lines originating from the same position. Kai. Sometimes when we are writing fast, there may be some gap between that. That is fine. They are close enough. But we can see there. I mean, basically the thing is that they have to be slant and with slightly differing angles, so we can distinguish there are two lines, and they protrude from the top part like this. Kai. So same thing with any other consonant also. So if you want to make shy, this is shy. For those with the short stem at the top, for example, this is da, which is here, da, and we use two lines at the top, dai. Something like die, or it's not die, but this is die, die. The next vowel here is O, right? O. Added with a consonant K, it sounds ko, right? Ko. So the symbol is shown here, ko. As you see here, there is a vertical line after the base symbol, and there is a slant line on top of that. But this time, the top line, the top slant line, is touching the added vertical line instead of the base letter. If you touch the base letter, then it becomes K. This sound is added, K. But if this touches the vertical line after that, then it becomes Ko. So once again, K, base symbol. Then if we just add one more line after that, vertical line, it becomes Ka. Now, if we add a slant line left to right, like this, it becomes Ko. Remember, for K, we did not add any vertical line after the base symbol. We just added one slant line after on the top, that becomes K. So something like sounded like K, like this, K. But if we write vertical line and then add a line, slant line on top touching that vertical line, then it becomes Ko, right? Like in co, like cooperate or cope. So this is the Ko symbol. The same thing with any other consonant letter also. For example, we have show. So first write the complete base symbol. This is the base symbol for sh, and then add a vertical line, then a slant line at the top touching that additional vertical line. This is show. Sounded like something like show or show. And the last one here is cow. Right? So the last vowel is ow, and added to a consonant k, it sounds cow. Cow. And the symbol is similar to ko. One vertical line after the base letter, base symbol, and then two slant lines above touching that added vertical line. That makes it cow. cow, add one vertical line and two slant lines at the top touching that vertical line, cow. So same with pow. So first the base letter, then vertical line, then two lines at the two slant lines at the top touching that vertical line. Pow. So shove, first the complete base letter sh, then the vertical line, and the two lines on the top touching that added vertical line. Shove. But sometimes if you see while writing it fast like this, that's okay. So let's see here. So can anybody want to try this entire line, starting from the first compound consonant k to cow, sounding it?
Can I try, Sanjeev?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So it's ka, ki, ku, kri, ko, cow, ka. No, I missed it, something there. K, kai, ko, cow.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Veena, can you try?
Sure. Ka, ka, ki, ku, kr, ke, kai, ko, cow.
Yes, good.
I have problem with the kr and kr. The
Yeah.
kr and.
Right. So here, try to first sound like the vowel ru.
Kr.
Ru. So then, if you add that k sound behind that, kru. Yeah, it's a little bit unusual, but
Probably in a word, then we can get it better.
Right, word. Now, when Shiva sounded it, it sounded like a re sound, like a ri sound. This is not ri actually. This is not kri. We should not add that e sound, e at the end. Kri. This is the vowel ru sound. Kru. Yeah. It is neither ru, this is kru, or it is kri. This is a ru sound, which is a special. It is somewhere in between that. Ru and ru. There is no touch. When we say re, there is a touch. There is almost touch. Ra sound, like ra is a consonant by itself. So there is no ra sound here. Ra complete sound. There is a ra element of ra is there. It is there, but there is no sound like the complete consonant ra. So like, it is not kri, it is not kru, but it is a kru in between. Kru. However, in practically, when people speak, the tendency of that sound becomes like kri, like in the words like kri or kru. But we should be aware of that. It is not actually that sound. It should not be. But it should be like the ru sound here. Kru sound. Kru. So there are many. This ru sound is very widely used in Sanskrit words. So at least we should know what is the correct pronunciation of that sound. Crew, crew. That's something like the English thing we have seen, like read, yeah? Read. There is no complete touch when we say ra there. Read. Yeah? Also, when pronouncing this series, the first one, the first line, try to avoid that ha sound at the when pronouncing this consonant, because there is a difference between this ka and this kha, right? So in English, when we generally pronounce this ka, and I have actually looked up this pronunciation guideline for this such words, like, so they show it like something like this. I don't exactly remember, but there is a ha element in that. When we pronounce this word cool, there is a h or ha element in this, cool, like that. But in Sanskrit pronunciation of this letter or this sound, we should not use this ha sound. Totally avoid it. Yeah. So ka, cool, ka, so, like cut. But in Sanskrit, in English, if you look up the pronunciation guideline, we might find it like this, K-U-H-T or something like that. So something pronounce it with the ha sound in between, cut. But in Sanskrit, when we write a word with the ka sound, so was there any word like that before? Yeah, for example, the last one you see here, the ka. So here, when you pronounce this, there is no ha element to it. It should not be sounding like khara, khara, khara. It should be ka, kara, kara.
Like karma.
Like karma. So we open that the room inside your throat a little bit wider there. Ka, karma, karma, kara. So there should be a difference while pronouncing these two consonants. The second one, which is completely explosive, kha. It should be that ha is part of it. It is not following this ka here. When we say kha, this one, the first one, which is added here. So here, when we write in transliteration, it could be sounding it. So it will be written like this. But this ha sound, it is not following ka. It is part of ka here in this. It is not a kaha. It is part of that previous ka. So when the sound originates, then at that time itself the heavy breath or the strong breath is added already into it. Ka. Okay? Ka. Whereas here, there is no breath, the very little strength is needed. Ka. There is no ha there. Ka. Ka. So you should keep that in mind while pronouncing these sounds. Ka, ka, ki, ki. So there is no stress on ha there, but it's totally muted. But here, when we are putting in a sounding ka, so we are adding the ha as part of that ka sound. Ka, 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 ki, ku. Same thing happens here also. Ga, ga is soft and it requires less strength, less energy. Where we are putting this ga, we are putting more strength in the breath there. Ga, ga, ga. Okay. So they should be distinguished separately like that. Okay. So all these are like that. The first column, no less breath. Second column, more breath, explosive. Third column, less. Fourth column, explosive. Gha. Okay, so that so you can practice this writing also for all the consonants, compound letters, compound consonants in the workbook. The workbook, I think I sent that to you, the link. In that there are in that workbook there are practice for compound letters also. So you can write that, practice that, and also try to pronounce it. Okay, so we'll stop here today. In the next class, we'll continue with more sounds and more scripts. Okay, any questions?
Sanjeev,
Yeah.
what about the last two vowels? I guess we didn't have time to touch on that.
Which one? Yeah, they are not vowels. So they are not vowels. So I have not included that yet. So we'll see them in the next class.
Okay.
They are not vowels.
Mm-hmm.
They are separate sounds.
Mm-hmm.
There are only 13 vowels. These which are shown here.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
Okay, thank
see
you very
you
much.
next week, and have a good week, and stay safe.
Yeah.
Thank
that's
you.
right.
Have a nice
Thank you. Have a
weekend.
nice weekend.